So today we are going to see on cytokines and their functions. So cytokines are the cells which are produced by or secreted. You can tell it as secreted by white blood cells and various other cells in the body to a number of responses. So like you have cytokines which can be produced by granulocytes, by endothelial cells, macrophages, mast cells, fibroblast and lymphocytes. And what are these cells look like? They are very, very, very small because they have got only low molecular weight, and they are called as a regulatory proteins, or they are also called as a glycoproteins. And they have a very important functions in the immune system. And coming to the properties, how does this cytokine work? They bind to a specific receptors on the membrane of the target cells, as a result of which a signal is being transducted, and this signal is going to alter the gene expression in the target cells. And there are different types of action. One is called as autocrine, the second one is paracrine, and you have got endocrine action. So autocrine, the cytokines, they bind to the receptor of the membrane of the same cell that is going to secrete it. Paracrine, from the cells which secrete the cytokine, they leave to a nearby cell and bind to the receptor molecule. And endocrine, they pass through the circulation to a distant cell. So the working of the cytokine is given in the figure A. This is a cytokine producing cell. It is going to produce a cytokine which binds to the receptor of the target cell, and that induces a signal which activates the gene, and there is the biological effects which is given out by the target cell. Apart from the actions, different actions, they also attribute what is called as pleiotropy, redundancy, synergy, and what you call it as antagonism. And you also have what is called as cascade system. So now we are going to see what does pleiotropy mean. So pleiotropy is nothing but there is an activation of the TH cells, and this activated TH cell, they are going to produce a cytokine called as interleukin 4 that binds to the B cell, thymocyte and mast cell, as a result of which you have got the following effects, that is activation, proliferation and differentiation. Redundancy, the activated TH cells, they produce interleukin 2, 4 and 5, which results in the B cell proliferation. Synergy, there is a combined effect. So interleukin 4 and 5 together, they are going to activate or induce the class B cell to that of the immunoglobulin E molecule. Antagonism, there is one effect with interleukin 4. Along with that, there is one another cytokine which is called as interferon gamma, which will block the B cell attachment to that of your immunoglobulin E. So cascade induction is nothing but there is a continuity of the action. So you have got interferon gamma which is produced, which will be targeting the macrophages, and macrophages will be producing interleukin 12 that will activate the TH cells, and that TH cells will go and produce the interferon uh, gamma, tumor necrosis factor, interleukin 2 and other cytokines. So cytokines, they have got a number of biological functions. They are released from the TH cells, and these TH cells, they have an entire network of interacting cells. They are involved in the development of the cellular and the humoral immune responses, which include the inflammatory response which is produced during the uh, antigen when they enter into the host system. There is a regulation of hematopoiesis, control the cellular proliferation, differentiation, and also healing of wounds. So cytokines, they also act in an antigen non-specific manner. That is, they affect whatever cells they encounter. They are not very specific to the antigen. Whichever cells they come across, they go and encounter, which bears the appropriate receptor. So if that particular cell has a receptor to that of the cytokine which is coming on its way, it will go and bind and it will start neutralizing the upcoming molecule. So it is not specific. So we call it as antigen non-specific manner. So these are the different types of cytokines which we already learned in the cascade system, and the other attributes like interleukin 1, 2, 6, and we have got tumor necrosis factor, alpha, beta, and interferon gamma. So all these cells are mainly involved in the immune responses. And there comes a clonal selection theory. So this is one again one other scientific theory in immunology, which also explains the functions of the immune cells. So this is one important theory which gives you the real function, which teaches us the real function of the immune system. So this was introduced by Australian Dr. Frank Macfarlane Burnet in 1957, and this theory explains uh, the diversity of the antibody formed during the immune response, initial stages of the immune response, and it has been widely accepted also. So, what does this theory tell? So, this theory tells that there is a pre existing group of lymphocytes, specifically B cells, that is going to activate the antigen only its counter specific cell. So it is going to, there is already existing lymphocytes which is going to take the antigen, they are going to activate it, okay, and they are going to induce a certain group of cells to multiply and produce identical clones of antibody production. So this activation occurs in the secondary lymphoid organs. It does not occur in the primary, it occurs in the secondary lymphoid organ. So this is the clonal selection theory of immunity, which was given by Burnet. So here you have got a hematopoietic cells and lymphocytes, each with single type of receptor for the antigen. So you have got many lymphocytes, and each and every lymphocytes, they can bind one kind of an antigen. You can see the receptor which is entirely different for all the three lymphocytes, okay, and this enter into the space where you have the antigen, foreign antigen, and they become mature, and they are going to catch up the cells, catch up the antigens, foreign antigen, or what we call it as a non-self cells. And also they expand into a clone of antigen specific lymphocytes. So they also take up the antigens, and they also proliferate into antigen specific lymphocytes, okay. And you also have Talmadge and Burnet theory together. So lymphocyte and its progeny are committed to synthesize the antibodies with just one specific type. So what does they do is, they are when they go and bind to that of the antigen, they learn the structure of the antigen, and they produce only the antibody for that particular antigen. So a large amount of antibodies are produced as a result of what is called as proliferation. So most of the times your lymphocytes will be in a small resting cells. So only when they bind with the antigen, with the V's region specifically, they go on with the maturation stage and proliferation stage. Okay, and some of these cells, they also differentiate into what is called as a plasma cell, and there is one another proliferation type, that we call it as a memory cells. So we have got plasma as well as the memory cells. So since there is only a selective expansion of the antigen specific cells, we call this as clonal selection. So that is why they name this theory as clonal selection theory. Okay, so that is, the proliferation differentiation takes place only for the particular antigen. So all the lymphocytes which are produced will be having only the receptor for that particular antigen. So that is why this process is called as clonal selection.